Don't have to hold it. I'll edit that out. Let me do it again.
Okay.
Now, whenever you do that, you gotta keep your mouth shut. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and I'd like to welcome you to Chillicothe, Missouri, the birthplace of myself. And I'm sitting this morning with the mayor of Chillicothe, Mayor Tom Oliver. And I'd like to ask the mayor a couple of questions, or a couple of three questions. I think this is one of the best ways to start out this tape, because this is going to be a documentary on my life. And I'm kind of starting early. I don't want to get too far down the road before I start this. So good morning to you, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning, Lynn.
I'm very glad that you let me come in your office this early in the morning, and I know that you're very, very busy. And one of the questions that I would like to ask you, of course, is how many years have you been here in Chillicothe?
I was born there, Lynn, in 1907.
1907.
And I was married later in life, 42, and married a former school teacher of yours.
Yes.
Miss Margaret James.
Yes.
And sorry she couldn't be with us this morning, but she would be glad to be with us any other time.
Okay.
So,
Well, we're sorry that she wasn't either, because I remember her very, very well in my school days, and by the way, she was a very good teacher.
she remembers you very well,
I
too.
hope so. I hope it's all been good.
Oh, yes.
But that's really the reason why that I'm here. One of the things that always interests me is, since I was kind of brought up downtown, you know, the Sugar Bowl, which is over here on
Carl Shirley.
Yeah, Carl Shirley, of course, my stepfather. One of the things that I was really interested in is how much they've progressed. You know, how much this has Chillicothe progressed since the time that I left. I left back in the 50s, and of course prior to that I went to school out at Central School, and went through the first grade there, and then after the first grade, we went through the grade school, and then of course out to the Chillicothe High School. So one of the things I was wanting to know, and I thought maybe you might be able to help me since I'm making this documentary, is just what has Chillicothe done in your past? Now you've been here 2 years, right, as the mayor?
This will be my fourth year.
This will be your fourth year.
That's 2 years as constable at large, and then 4 years.
Very
as
good.
mayor.
I just wondered if you might be able just to tell me just a little bit about what's really been happening here in Chillicothe.
Well, we've, of course, right now things are kind of a low ebb. We know that. We've lost quite a few businesses, and we still have a lot of new shopping centers since you've been here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you found that out. Our high school has added their big addition out there
Yes,
since
they
you've
have.
been here. We've just got to complete a new fire station down here, $450,000 project.
We heard this, yes.
And
Because that station here at the City Hall, which we'll be taking some tape of later on today, has been there for as long as I can.
1925.
Yeah, as long as I can remember. I remember coming to the City Hall here when I was very young, and when I was over at the Sugar Bowl, and then up on the top floor, or the second floor here, they used to have wrestling matches. And
Yes,
they used to have
yes.
all kinds of community things that went on.
That's right.
You know, here at this was kind of the central focal point for all the things that was happening in Chillicothe at that
That's right.
time. And I really enjoyed coming over here, and I hung around down at the fire station a lot. I don't know if you remember or not. I don't even know if they still have. They used to have a little alligator down there.
yes,
And
but he
whenever
died.
He died. Well, when I used to come in, I used to watch the alligator, and that was one of the reasons why I come out this way. Of course, I was kind of a city rat. I got all over the city, and of course I can look out the back windows here at the council chambers, and I understand that you had a very large fire just across the street.
Yes,
here not too
firebug set a fire there.
I
and,
see.
that's
It looks like it took out quite a bit of the
Three buildings.
quite a bit of the,
Three
of the
buildings,
block
yes.
there. Well, I know Chillicothe has changed, and I know that progress has taken its toll. One of the things that I do remember, and I'm sure that you remember too, is at the courthouse. Not the courthouse, but the county courthouse. That's what I was going to say. The county courthouse, which is just south of here, south of where we are right now. I remember that they had a very large park around the courthouse, but now they've got parking lots around
They
there.
used to have a bandstand.
The
Do you
bandstand
remember
there,
that?
yes. And then across the street from that, another thing I remember, and I think you remember too, there used to be a place over there where I used to get my candy called Solly's.
Solly's.
And that's where the Citizens National Bank
That's
is.
where the Citizen National Bank is now.
Now, I understand that there is quite a few new additions that have been added to Chillicothe.
Yes, there's
housing additions.
been the Hutchison edition and the Otke edition, and there's been we've taken in a little bit of more territory, but we can't do that anymore on account of the new amendment that's been passed.
Oh,
you know.
I see.
It's,
Now, how many people do you have on your city council now?
We have, there's 4 councilmen, 1 from each ward, and a councilman at large and a mayor.
I see.
That's what we
Okay,
consist
and then you do not have the city manager form of government?
No,
anymore?
I am the,
You are the commander-in-chief.
I do all the engineering work and everything like
Now,
that.
Mr. Mayor, what business were you in?
I was a contractor.
I see.
Building contractor.
I see. I couldn't remember just
Yes.
exactly what it was. Now, did you attend Chillicothe Business College? Or
No,
did you go to
I was
University of Missouri?
educated in Denver.
Oh, I see.
I went when I was born. My folks went to Denver, and
I
I was
see.
educated out there. And then I moved back here in '41 again,
I see.
and married Margaret James.
Right.
42.
I see. Now, she was teaching, I was trying to think of what grade I had her in.
Sixth.
I believe the 6th grade. That's exactly what
She
it was.
taught
At
music,
Central
art.
School. Right.
Taught music and art.
Right. Well, I've got her to thank for a little music ability that I might have, I'll guarantee you, because she was a very, very fine teacher. She still is, I'm sure.
Yes,
She's retired now, I
she's
suppose.
retired, yeah.
I see. Well, she's probably enjoying retirement.
Yeah, she's taking it easy. I make her do that. She's very active.
Well, I'm sure that she is very, very active. Well, I really want to thank you. I hope I haven't really taken up a lot of your time. We've touched on a couple of places and a couple of things that I really wanted to do. And I'm going to be here in the city now for the next couple of weeks. And we're going to be shooting some of the buildings. And we'll get down into, we want to get out into the new additions. We want to get out to the high school. We want to go out to the old college.
CBC.
The CBC. This is a kind of a place that's kind of close to us because when I was going to high school, it was running full blast. But one of the most important things as far as the college was concerned was back during the war. As you remember, and you might recall this, that they took, the Air Force came in and took over the CBC.
Yeah.
And at that time then, they also took over the Strand Hotel.
That's right.
Well, I was the elevator boy at the Strand Hotel. I used to come over from the Sugar Bowl and come out the back alley and over by Herb Parsons' barber shop there. And of course, my father, Carl Shirley, always played cards over there.
Yeah, he liked to play cards.
He liked to play cards. So I would come across over there and go over to the Strand Hotel where the guys were, and I would run the elevator up and down for them. But those were the war years, and I guess I was trying to do my part. I wasn't very old, of course, but
No.
I also remember very well our Liberty loans, our savings bond campaigns that we had up on the square up here. Many, many things I remember, and I'm going to try to reminisce as I go on and take this tape. But I do appreciate very, very much what you've done, and we have, myself, living in Tokyo, I keep pretty well in touch with what's happening in Chillicothe. And of course, you know my mother, she's a staunch, I won't say Republican, Democrat, I don't put a commercialization on my tape, but you know, she's pretty politically minded.
I know all about that.
And you realize that,
Yes,
I'm sure. So anyway, I do really appreciate very, very, very much your time. Please give my kind regards to your wife and tell her that I will see her before I leave. And really thank you.
I sure hope you do, sir, because she'd love to see you.
Well, it's been a pleasure. to
It's
just
been
take
one of these days that I didn't know she was so occupied.
Well, I'm sorry, it was kind of really short notice for everything else because I wasn't too sure when we were going to shoot. But please let the council know and that you know that a hometown boy is going to come back and try to pick up some of the pieces at the end. For by the way, I am planning very seriously on retiring here in Chillicothe.
Good.
When I retire from the government, I work for the U.S. Embassy in Tokyo, and I've got about 5 more years to go, and I'll be coming back.
Good.
I'll be coming back home.
We'd like to have you.
Well, thank you
You're a
very
good
much.
citizen.
Mr. Mayor, I really appreciate it very much. And
Thank you.
Good luck to all your endeavors here. I know you've been doing a real fine job, but we've heard awful good things.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
They help you? Let me know.
Okay, we're in Chillicothe, Missouri, and we're going to go ahead to this this is looking on South Washington, and coming back over on this side over here is the Strand Hotel. This is the place that the soldiers all stayed back in 1942, 43, and 44. The old Strand Hotel. It's called the carriage house or something now, if I get it focused right so we can get it. There we are. Hotel. Okay, we're going to pan now across the street. This is a pretty good sized intersection right here. There's a building over on the other side, and we're going to go right down by the Ritz Theater here now. Of course, I was born across the street. Okay, this is the old Ritz Theater, the way it looks right now. There's a truck there that passed in front of us. There used to be a big sign there that said Ritz Theater on it. Automatic focus off because okay, now right alongside of the Ritz Theater there used to be a little stand. Now the very first part of that stand used to be down into the other part of the Dr. Pepper's going to get in there with him. Right down this street right here. This is set out over the parking lot. They made that part of the street, widen the street out. Used to be Mars Sandwich Shop. Carl Shirley bought that sandwich shop and he moved it up here to the corner. They moved it up to the corner of the Ritz Theater, and it's sat there for a long, long time before they moved it again. I'm going to pan down now and go down North Washington, and over on North Washington we'll get a little bit more of a idea here of what the city looks like. And there it goes down North Washington looking to the north. Over on this other side, there used to be a Constitution Tribune, used to be in this building here. And next door to it, there used to be the Copper Kettle. It used to be where all the college kids hung out, in that building right there. Okay, pan back up. Now we're going to go, okay, what is now Howard's Flower Shop. I'm not too sure what that was, but right up in this window up here, right there next to that air conditioner, and I'll back off just a little bit and then I'll zoom back in on it. That's where I was born, right there. Of course, inside there, I wasn't born out outside the window. But we'll pan on down, and I think the Oddfellows, they used to have a place down there right next to the Moore, Solly and Shepherd store. And right next door to it, I think, of course, Missouri Public Service has been in there for years. And so we'll walk down that way and pick up what we can. Okay, this open space right here that you're getting ready to see is right next to the Oddfellows Hall, still on South Washington here, or getting ready to go up on North Washington. That's where the old Gamble store used to be. And of course, looking right on down the street here, that's looking North Washington. And we'll get over here on the corner and pick up a couple of other items of interest. Okay, I'm standing on the corner of Washington and Jackson, and we're looking at the Chillicothe State Bank right now. Kind of pan in a little bit on it over there. Keep it focused as much as we can. That's across the street on one corner, and then of course looking down the street on Jackson Street, looking west, and then we'll pan back over this way down towards where the old Horns used to be. Used to be a drugstore down there. Chillicothe Hotel. Now we'll bring this on by, and now we're going to be looking at the courthouse. That's the courthouse over on that side over there. It used to be a very beautiful place. They had grass out there to sit on, seats and so on and so forth. It was real nice. Now we're going to go and look down on down Jackson Street. Okay, this is looking down Jackson Street and looking at the Citizens National Bank. Now, right close to where that car is right here, you can pan in on it. Right into that area right there, there used to be the Solly's Confectionery, or what they call the Solly's Candy Store, which is no longer there. That's where I used to buy all my candy at. Okay, we're back down Jackson Street now. The streets are very wide now, and they weren't at that time. There used to be a drugstore back over on that other corner, back over there. There used to be a drugstore right there where that shoe store is. And we get in a little bit more. on the corner of Jackson and Locust at the present time, and we're looking down north on Locust Street, and this is kind of like the main drag in any small town. Of course, this is the square, one part of the square. You'll see places, store there, looks like it's going out of business, I understand. There used to be a drugstore right here on this corner, as I said before. I don't know just exactly how we're going to be able to focus that in there. Back up just a little bit. Used to be a pool hall right down there on the right side. Now we'll come back up and come back down on the other side. Okay. Now we got a children's store on this side. There used to be a food store right in there, a grocery store. Going down that way, there used to be a Wiggly shoe store right in that area, right there, that second stall. Right there. And we're going to come on down, and there's Greer's Hardware, and on down to Carroll's Market. Of course, we're going to go in and talk to Carroll here pretty soon, and talk to him. And then on down to Canterbury Music, which used to be Boehner's Food Store. And we're going to walk on down here on this street now, and on down Locust and go over here by the Sugar Bowl. Hey, this is the Shirley Sugar Bowl. This is where I grew up, right here. This is where I started out. And this is a building now that I don't think is really being used, but they used to have the Shirley's Cafe. There used to be a big sign right down there below there. And this is where I spent a tremendous amount of my time. Here's the front door. Almost got the same front door, I don't know. Yeah, there it is right there. Still got the same molding around there. Next door there used to be a clothing store right there, which is now a wallpaper and paint place. Right up above there in the corner there used to be the yellow cab stand. Used to be the yellow cab stand there. And down below there used to be Weber's Cafe. Weber's Cafe. Okay, and then coming on over, the building is still there. There used to be a sandwich shop right here, but it's not any longer. And then looking back over across the other street over there is the old post office. And of course, next door to it was the Montgomery Ward Company on down the street down there. Let me get it in a little bit. Yeah. And that's looking there. We used to live right across the street over there in this area here, right up over Hastings Cleaners at one time. We used to have an apartment over there. There's Winkelmeyer's Furniture, Kirk Winkelmeyer, and he had some kids that we knew used to live right next door to us down there on 3rd Street. And that's looking down Locust Street as it is right now. Used to be a grocery store right in that area too, right there, an old grocery store right there on that corner. You can see some of the old signs there. Okay, we're going to come on down now, and we'll go over to the other side of the street here shortly. I believe Doc Carpenter used to be up in one of these windows up here in this building. Got Dr. Robinson there now, so I think Doc Carpenter used to be up there on the 3rd floor. I'm not too sure. That's where I had my tonsils taken out. And this is the back door to the Sugar Bowl. Used to be an air conditioning duct that used to sit on top of the building up there, and they used to have a Excelsior in it and run water through it. Of course, that was back in the days before the refrigerated type air conditioning. Now, this is looking back down the street and back down the alley and back to the Sugar Bowl. This area on the other side over here, the REA used to be in this building here, right there. Of course, this is the area here where Tappy used to come out of this door, and we'd walk down and walk around and back over and go into the back of the barber shop. This is Herb Parsons Barber Shop, back door right here. Used to be Herb Parsons in there, and Clyde Milton. Used to be a colored fella in there that used to shine shoes for us all the time. I get my hand out in front of the lens. Okay. Okay, now we're going to look back at the post office. This is the post office back here, the old post office. It's not the new one, but that's the old post office back here. And then the back side of Montgomery Ward's looking down the alley. And then there used to be a market right here, Roy Doopy's market right there. I worked there as a sacker. And right up above there, Roy Doopy's market is where Robert used to live. Robert, when he came back from the service, of course he went out to Veterans, then he worked out in that area there. And right next door to it, there used to be a coffee shop, which there is, and a liquor store. That's, of course, part of the Strand Hotel. On the top there, we'll get a little bit of coverage of that. That's the Strand Hotel. That's where the boys stayed during World War II. Now looking down this side over here, right down here on the corner, there used to be a cab stand. I can't remember whether it was the 307 or something like that. I don't remember what it was. Then we're going to come back over this way, and we're going to look up here. This building right here on this corner, I'm going to back up a little ways. The building on the corner used to be Parsons Barber Shop. I noticed they've moved now maybe down to this area here. And then there used to be another building, which there still is a building there, where they play bingo in. The Lions live with American Legion won. Down Clay Street. That's looking down Clay Street down that way now, and you can see the buildings on both sides. Wintermeyer Furniture on one side. Another shot of the Strand Hotel. Back it off a little bit. This is Carroll's Market, and this is Carroll Truesdale that I went to school with. He's got his own business here in town. We're going to catch him maybe coming outside here in a minute, taking some things. You're on TV now. You didn't know that, did you? Have a nice day.
Yeah. You're taking a picture of that.
Taking a picture?
Little Japanese girl was in there.
That's my daughter. She's Filipino.
Well, I'll tell you something. She's a fine little lady.
Thank you very much. I'm pretty proud of her.
A little thing.
Proud of her.
Somebody to be proud of.
Yeah. She's going to get married here next year.
She is?
Yeah.
Who's going to be the lucky guy?
Well, some guy down in Oklahoma City.
Who you taking those pictures
Myself?
for? Yourself?
Yeah. Kind of a documentary type of thing.
That's why you don't want to be?
No, I got you already.
What? What in the hell do you want to ruin your film for?
Well, I don't. This is not film. This is tape.
What do you want to
Ruined my tape for it. I didn't run it. You just wanted the Chillicothians here. You've been here a long time. I know that, see?
I haven't been there that long. I've only been here 6 years.
Well, that's 6 years is good enough.
Where's that?
Oh, right there. You say you come here you came back 1940, huh?
Yeah, no, I came back here in 1976.
Oh, I see.
You see, I spent 8 years working for the state of Missouri in Jefferson City,
Uh-huh.
and then I spent 28 years almost in Kansas City working for the federal government.
Oh, I see. So you're retired now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
At 73, you better damn well believe I'm
Well, I
retired.
couldn't believe you're 73. You don't look a day over 52.
Well, I'm 73 years old, and I can prove it.
Well, I'll bet you can.
You better
I'll
damn
bet
well
you
believe
can.
it. Born April 27th, 1909.
I'll tell you.
That was the year they had that big flood.
Yeah, it sure was the year they had the big flood. I heard my mother talking about it. Well, I'll tell you, you have a nice day. And I hope you didn't mind me taking a picture of you.
No, I appreciate it.
All right, I appreciate it
What are
very
you
much.
going to do with them? Where are you going to show them?
Oh, I'm going to it's just a home project. It's not a commercial
What's your
project.
name, Father?
My name is LaFever.
Speak.
Yeah. I used to, my mother used to work over there. Her name used to be Della Shirley.
Huh.
That used to be our cafe right there. I'm just taking some pictures of the bank and anything I can take a picture of today. And every day Carol gets somebody to come in and take a picture, put it on television so he can advertise his store.
Well, now there you go.
Huh?
That's the way.
Isn't that the way? Carol, you know my daughter? Back there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, I didn't know if you knew or not.
I was going to say something true there.
Got a nice store, Carol. You got a lot of light. I'm glad to see that.
Thank you.
How long you been here now, Carol?
10 years.
10 years?
10 years.
10 years in this location. Who's those ladies you got there working for you?
Lois and Debbie.
Lois and Debbie. How about looking at the camera, Lois and Debbie?
I don't know.
Well, you may never see yourself on television, but at least you said you was once on television. Maybe you're on television all the time. I don't know.
I've never been on television.
Got a nice store. How many square feet you got here, Carol?
You know, I don't know, man.
Really? What used to be here before you came? Do you remember what now is this Wiggly shoe store many years ago? Where was
Years
Wiggly
and years
shoe?
ago, this was Kroger's store.
Kroger store, yeah, okay, but what about Wiggly shoe store?
No, it was down the street.
It was down the street, okay.
Where Litton's is now.
Okay, now Canterbury Music was Boehner's Market, right?
That and Safeway.
And Safeway, that's right. Okay, we're going to go into Gibson now. And Bill and Joanne Gibson are at the school. Look at this place on the side of Hello, Bill. How are you? All right. Good. Hope you don't mind me taking a picture. If you do, it's tough, but I already done it. See that good-looking lady back there? I want to get a shot of the store here. You got all kinds of things here. Never really show up. Yeah. Be careful now. I'm going to tape everything you say, so don't say nothing mean about it. Okay?
There, does this come on Channel 4 or?
Well, no, we're going to put this on. You're going to have to go to Tokyo, Japan to see it.
Well, maybe we can get a little business out of that.
Well, I thought a little free business wouldn't hurt anybody. I want to get back. I want to get a real good shot of the store here. It looks nice. Boy, you got it set up. A lot of merchandise.
She's pretty
Hey,
nice.
what kind of little outfit is that over there?
All this is a Hitachi studio dance. I'm just doing a documentary for myself. You know, it's not a. Don't step out, lady. Just step right in.
Let's see.
You can. One thing about it, you can come to Gibson's and get your picture taken, can't you? Just remember
That's
that.
something else, isn't it?
Miles and miles apart.
I need to get well.
This is going to go to Tokyo, Japan.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Tokyo.
Sure.
Well, she's been sheared, and I don't know
Oh,
if
that's
she's hurt.
reasonable, I'll bet you.
And she's the air
okay,
conditioning.
Pearl, shut up.
Oh, that must be the baby of the family.
Yeah, she is sheared.
Boy, you really got a nice store here. That's pretty good. You know it's the first time I've been in it? I was in it before. I think so. Maybe I was. Okay, nice store.
Well, I don't know. Well, she didn't seem to got up off of that. I put that over her. She didn't seem like she was in there.
Here's that little dog. I'll get a close-up of that little dog.
She's sure not very pretty right now with her fur off. She was real bushy, but she gets the tangle. I had to do something and get her for winter.
Yeah, we got a close-up now.
That air conditioner's too cold for her or not?
Now, you know you're going to have to buy one of these if you don't see this tape. Well, she likes it. She likes it because it's narrow.
Yeah, she can get that in.
Get it dry, so there's no big deal there. You know, it's soft.
You drive that old 53 Chevrolet around everywhere.
Now, let's see. Boehner used to be over there. Where used to be other than that Chillicothe Missouri? Now, there used to be Adam Posen.
Well, that's right here, right where this empty, where the lot is.
And then I'm trying to think of Weber's Cafe used to be on the end, down that way.
Weber.
Yeah, it used to be Weber's Cafe. But what used to be?
Weber,
on
no
the end?
Weber's is up here.
Well, it was at one time it was in there. That was back during the war.
Well, must have been they used to old. This is where Kid's Closet was. Of course, years ago was old what was his name? Run a tavern in there, and then later,
Maybe I was thinking Weber's, but there was a tavern there. Because the Yellow Cab used to be on the
on the
top.
corner, in the corner. That little building. Hi. Why, yes. I said you wouldn't be geared for that. Huh?
We're not going on the northwest part of the courthouse area. There's the courthouse.
Forget what they call it. He'd kick them out there. They'd be laying in the street.
Over on the other side.
Yeah,
Oh, Jim and Dave Keith. And whatever happened to Dave Keith?
they're both dead.
Jim is now at the young boy.
Oh, there's Raymond's here, and Howard. Yeah. Yeah.
I won't go out and see Mr. Master.
Well, he'll know all about that thing. He's quite a cameraman. Well, you won't know about that, but he'll be interested in it.
He will be, yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There used to be a Rexall store right here. Hard store on the corner of Jackson and Logan. Between the shoe store. He's somewhere, huh? Well, I expect he'll come running when he sees me in here with this. Yeah, he sees me.
Hello there, how you
How you
doing?
doing? You all right?
Great, how you
You don't
doing?
mind me taking a few pictures of
No,
your place, do you?
be glad to. How you
Okay,
been?
appreciate it very much, because you're going to be moving out here pretty soon, and don't tell what you're doing.
That's right.
Sure, thank you.
Glad to do it.
All righty. Been here for about 14, 15 years. How long have you been here now?
Oh, I've been here about 16 years.
16 years, okay. And before that was Woolworths, right?
Woolworths, yeah.
yeah. Go ahead, do whatever you need to do.
Phone, I know.
All right. Now this is the 5 and dime 10-cent store. Woolworths is in here first. And some other people in here too. We'll walk down around this way and kind of get a little bit better idea of what I'm doing, Craig, is on the discussing Zoom and Zoom in and Zoom out. So that's going to get you when we start interviewing people. Down another aisle. Okay, this is the clothing section here. Just put her on TV.
Okay.
All right. Okay, we're going to look at JC Penney store. Morning, lady. Okay. Where Brother Bob works, if I remember it. And he actually started in the store across the street over here. We don't walk over there here for a second. Get a picture of it. Okay, let's look across the street now at England Shoe Store. And on it. Line there, that side is the north side square. And then we're going to go back over into the southwest part of the county courthouse. Okay, we're going to look right on down this street here. Across England, down that way. There's Sully's buffet down there. Time and still there. Named Pearson. Okay. The old Bell telephone office will be down in that corner down there. This is Engelman's Shoe Store. It's been here for many, many, many years. This is where my brother Bob started. And moved across the street to J.C. Penney's.
What are you doing?
Hi, Mary Frances. How are you?
Okay, how are you?
Pretty good. Right now I'm putting you on television.
Oh, don't do that.
Don't do that, huh?
No, don't do that.
Who's that fella there in the back?
Don't do that either.
Oh, yeah? How you doing? You got a nice store.
Who's the fellow with you?
That's Dick Thomas's boy.
Well, Greg, I haven't seen you for so long. I see.
You got a nice store here.
I thought that was you was talking to Frank. Is he around the corner there?
No, I'm just talking to you.
No.
Yeah.
Are you really putting it on television?
Now we're putting it on tape.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
You didn't think it was live, did you?
No, I sure didn't.
Okay. Remember me?
What are you doing?
Well, right now I'm putting you on TV.
Is that a,
That's a videotape recorder.
he's a,
Did you go over to Penny's too, did
I've been
you?
over to Penny's and I didn't go inside over there.
well,
But I
is
did.
this a radar gun?
Well, it might be.
Well,
depending on how you wanna work it.
like it was when Bob was over there.
Well, I know that. I didn't even go inside. I just took a picture of the outside. That was all.
And I can go in better by it not being like it used to be.
Well, I guess so. I guess so.
Because when it was the other way, all I could do was see Bob.
Yeah. Let's go down the sidewalk here. This is on the north side of the square. I'll leave places. Not here. But on here. Trying to think where to walk my thing. Go inside. Doesn't like it used to be right there. That's where it used to be. But it's so what it means, all the glass. Up and down on the corner, way down the end down here, and on down. And back over on the west side square now. Back over on that side, look at the new Bell telephone tower that's up there. And into the north side of the county court. You do it right away.
Yeah.
You do it right away.
Well,
What's your name? Steve. Steve? I see. You lived here all your life? Well, I left around. Well, no, I left back in the 50s. I went to school here. Oh, I see. Yeah, well, part of that interview, we didn't even know it. Well, we'll walk on down the street here very slowly. See what we can see. See what we might meet. How are you?
All right.
All right. How's Mr. Carlin?
Still real good.
Is he? Okay. You tell him that Mr. LaFever came in and took a picture of his store for television, okay? Do you mind? I don't think he'd mind if I take a picture of his store.
I don't think so.
No. But I hope he gets well. Hope he gets feeling better and everything.
What is this for?
This is just my own personal documentary of Chillicothe. My name is Lynn LaFever.
Okay.
And I'll just want to get a picture of the store and everything. Yeah, it's on TV. Stoplight look down Washington Street here. Look down South Washington, or North Washington rather. There's a wide street. Mark rate. Very beautiful lady right there.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm looking at you right now.
Up to no good, huh?
Always. Go back here in the back. How you doing? You working hard?
When I get my girlfriend.
Oh, that's right. Don't comb your hair. Don't comb your hair. Peters, yes, sir. Now I got it. No, it's not the Department
You
of
taking
Revenue.
pictures?
Just trying to. A little bit, not very much.
I didn't sign up for the draft yet.
You didn't sign up for the draft yet?
No.
Okay.
That's what they're after all the time.
Hi, Mom. It's terrible.
Don't peek around the corner, just walk right out.
It was your picture, bro.
For what?
Right there.
Right here?
Yeah.
Girl! Stand up,
Is
bro.
she gonna make me follow her over there just to get her picture?
She's bashful.
Don't be bashful.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Go ahead, say cheese.
Nobody's gonna see these pictures. The people in Tokyo, Japan's gonna see them. Nobody else. That's right. You're gonna have to go to Tokyo, Japan to see them.
Now,
That's love.
wait till your mom.
Wait till your mom.
You never.
I got your daughter. I don't know why you won't let me get you. My gosh.
Whose daughter? Whose daughter?
Well, I don't know. You must have a daughter. Somewhere in the world.
Yes. What is he doing, Frank?
I don't know. What's he doing?
He's taking pictures of him.
Why?
Because Dad used to work here. He's just taking them for himself.
Oh,
Oh, I see.
This has got to be Lin Wayne.
It is Lin Wayne.
I knew it had to be Lin Wayne.
Yeah. Only Lin Wayne be. For now. Hello.
How are you?
All right. For sure.
She's not here?
Hi.
No. Hi, Craig. She's out on the town?
Out on the town.
Yep.
Good. How's Larry?
Fine.
How's the kids?
It's fine.
How are you?
Fine.
You're sure?
Yeah.
I guess you know you're going to be on television.
I guess you know I ain't gonna look at you till you put that down.
I guess you know I ain't going to put it down. No, I want to get a shot of your office. This is Chillicothe, what do they call it? Chillicothe Credit Bureau?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to get a shot of Shirley. Is she going to be back in? If you tell her I'm here, she may never come.
Tokyo, Japan?
Yeah, Tokyo, Japan.
Oh, great. I should talk this in Japanese then, shouldn't I?
Yeah, have you ever been there?
Yes, sir. 2 years ago.
Where you were? Was in the service?
Yes, sir.
Where was you at in the service?
I was on a 2-week tour of Okinawa.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How'd you like Japan?
Great. Pretty busy place,
Oh,
isn't it?
really? What's your name, can I ask?
My name?
Yeah.
Jerry Beebe.
Who?
Jerry Beebe.
Jerry Beebe?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's kind of noisy out here, Jerry, but I guess the mail always goes through. Go right ahead, my friend. No problem. Walk right in.
Okay, next trip coming up Japan. I'll try and be there to see it.
Appreciate it very much. Thank you. Citizens National Bank.
Pretty, yeah.
Somebody will try to get over there.
No. I got your
Well,
account
sir,
number, so take that with you. Okay, thank you.
As I go over and talk to Mr. Welch. on TV.
Is that right?
Right. Oh, the system next to the bank gets all this extra advertising and everything, but the only thing about it is you're going to have to go to Tokyo, Japan and get it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, crying out loud.
How you doing?
I'll be back in to talk to you later on, Bill. Okay? Thank you. It's on the second floor of the county courthouse. There's the eagle always been up to look at, and it's small.
She's upstairs
It is.
in her other office.
Is there another office upstairs? Okay. That's Jay Jones, right?
No, that's Pauline, his wife.
What happened to Jay?
He's deceased.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, what, about 3 years ago?
About 3 years ago? I'm sorry. I come up here to put him on television. Thank you all very much. Okay, this is some plaques, honor roll for people who've been in service, and there's Donald, Peter, and Robert. My two brothers. Okay, this is inside the county courthouse, Livingston County Courthouse. You're working awful hard, Roy. Hard at it.
Let's face it, that is tell them not to take this plate or something out of the anchor hook, but don't put on the roof. Okay, you there right away? Okay.
Hi, Gary.
LaFever, how are you?
Hi, Bob back there?
No, but he'll be over here in a minute.
You better hurry up.
Oh,
How you
God.
been?
Oh, I'm sure I am.
You're gonna have to come all the way to Tokyo, Japan.
Oh, well, that'd be too far. Oh, boy. That's enough.
Bob's over on the other side today.
No, he was over here.
Hi, Bob.
What you doing, Dad?
Hi, you all right?
All right, how are you?
That's Mr. Bob State for all you television viewers and everybody.
On utilization and so on like
Yeah,
that.
what you been doing here the last couple of years?
What have I been doing?
Yeah.
Oh, just helping improve the town.
Well, I understand you're on the airport board, is that right?
True.
Yeah. I went up and interviewed the mayor this morning, Mayor Oliver,
Did you?
and he, you know that I didn't know that he was married to Margaret James, school teacher,
Right.
and she's the, go ahead and if you need to answer, they'll answer it outside. The phone.
Nicest people ever.
Yeah, they're
Making a very good mayor.
Yeah, there we are. How old is that building right there?
That building built in 1940. Built for Minster.
What was on this property here?
On this property here, it was just bare land and some peach trees and cherry trees and a big hill.
Okay, now your dad, and you and your dad built the whole hill.
Yeah. Be the AAA service station operated by John Carpenter right there.
There was a service station, a Conoco station.
Yeah, there was a Conoco station there prior to McDonald's.
Okay, now, is there anything down there by Walmart? Then right up on that hill, or anything on that spray hill?
It was spray. Yes, it was spray. Silicon sales.
Now over on this side, there wasn't really anything in there. East.
No, there used to be a C.C. Woods real estate company, a welding shop, and then MFA has a hog buying station. It had been there quite a while. And of course, that was the sale barn over there where the red building is. Yes, where Clark's. Yes. Yeah.
back there, that was where the grease rack was and the wash rack was.
Right.
What was next door there? Painter?
Chris Painter.
Chris Painter.
IGA.
And then that's north looking at Washington. Boy, they really widened right in that road, haven't they?
Yeah.
Really wide.
Give us an overpass.
Yeah.
Now they said, well, we got a short of funds, they turned us down. We're going to take pictures from the viaduct up there between 11, between 4 and 5. Take this before the highway commission and show them what bottleneck we've got. It is a bottleneck, it's You're on television, Kay. You're on television. That's you. I thought you knew Danny. Gotcha. She's a Stinson. Does that ring a bell to you?
Yeah, I'm very happy to meet you. I'm behind the camera. Your husband's name was Danny?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I thought. How old is the boy?
He's 18 months.
He's a big boy, red head. I wonder where he got that red. Where he got that red hair from?
You wave at him?
Did you just put that sign up, Bob, or you had it up before?
It's been up for
What tankers do you have? You remember how old they were when you were taking?
Jim was just out of college and Bob was just...
Okay, now who's the little one?
Jim's the left, Bob's the right.
Okay, but I mean, who's the
Little
little?
boy is Jim's son.
Okay.
Grandson, the girl on the right's Bobby's daughter.
Granddaughter. Okay.
Now we have another grandson.
Yeah.
Jim has another grandson.
Very good. Is he still alive? I mean, he's still here, huh?
No.
He's not? When did you lose him?
Oh, about a couple, 3 years ago.
Yeah. And he's graciously let me have them so that I can get some copies of them for this videotape. This happens to be a shot from an airplane looking to the north of the Y. You can tell there on the left-hand side where the service station is, and of course the motel isn't even built yet, it appears like. And then on up the street, you can see how narrow Washington Street was. And over on the right-hand side, you can see the sale barn where they used to sell the cattle and everything on the right-hand side. This is a very, very old picture, but that was what the old Y used to be like. And right down there in the center of the picture is the old Y Inn. And I bet many, many people remember that. Okay, this next picture is showing the original Bob Staton service station. Now, over on the left-hand side, you'll see it says grill. That was the grill that Mom and Dad had there. The Shirley's Grill was right in there. This was right after it was built. Okay, this next picture that we've got is showing the Blue Star, and the other station wasn't even built, but it was being started to be built. You can see the Bob Staton Motel there on the left. Let me move it over just a little bit. Yeah, there it is right there. And this is a very, very old picture, and you can see where you're on the side of the highway there. And if you went right on up to the right, well, you'd run right into the Y-Inn. Okay, this next slide that we've got is a slide of, would you all be quiet in there, please? Now we're showing what the service station, or not the service station, but the Bob Staton Motel was. And you'll have to excuse me on the other slide. My son kind of yelled out there a little bit. But this gives you a pretty good idea of just what it looked like right after the station was built. I think I hauled every brick from the Utica brick plant to put those bricks on that motel. This is a real fine shot of the P.T. Barnum and Bailey Circus that was held right across the street from the Y there. You can see on the big tent and all the cars that are parked there. You'll probably never be able to see the Barnum and Bailey Circus again in their tent. I don't even believe they go into tents anymore. Up over on the left-hand side, of course, is the Bob Staton Motel. The Y-Inn's across the street over there. You can see some of the work over there at Roop's. I think they've got something that started back in those days. And then, of course, the Fraley sale barns up there on the right-hand side and then looking north on Washington Street. These were the brick trucks. Bob had a bunch of trucks that he used. I think he had an F7, an F5, and an F8, and then he had the binder there. That's what we call the binder, that International. And that was what we hauled the bricks from the Utica brick plant over, and of course we built a motel with it and hauled bricks back into Chillicothe. But that was my first encounter with driving a truck. And thanks to Bob, today I can drive it. Again here now, we're standing on the corner of Clay, isn't it? Clay and Locust Street. Looking out towards the big theater. Okay. Looking back down in the Ritz Theater area here on Clay and Locust Street. We're going to pan back down on Locust Street again, and we're going to walk down here to an old school chum of mine that's got owns the Canterbury Music Company. Okay, we're going to walk in here and see if they Canterbury. Dick and I graduated the same year together.
Yeah.
We've got a nice store here.
Well, we've been here a while.
How many years you been here now, Miss Canterbury?
Since 56.
1956. Yeah. Dick works here with you, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I thought he did.
Yeah.
Well, you tell him that I came in and took some pictures for Japanese television, okay?
Okay.
Appreciate it. But one time it was called Edwards Cafe. I remember that.
Yeah,
How long have you been here?
10 years.
Oh, I see. Where were you at before?
Down at the Illinois.
You were.
Yeah.
You know any LaFevers down there?
LaFever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
He
about-
worked at Brookfield.
Yeah, he sure did. didn't
Yeah, he
Yeah,
passed away.
that's my brother.
It's your brother.
Yeah, I'm the youngest man.
Oh. Yeah, he worked at Penny's then,
Yeah, he
after
sure
he come
did.
back.
Of course, mine works across the street over here.
Going on 30
Yeah.
on himself, and not counting the business that was going in.
This is the old Montgomery Ward.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we've been there a long, long time.
Nice seeing you, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, what we're looking at now is the old LaFever's produce. It's been there for many, 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 many years. And we're standing on the corner of where the Chillicothe Iron Works used to be. That was the old produce house right there. Looking down that way over on the east side. Now panning back over now towards the north side of the building. And that's what the old produce house looked like, right there. Across the street to the Chillicothe Iron Works, that's right across the street from the produce house. And we're looking down the west side, the north side of the building, and then on down the street, showing the other buildings that are still there. But the Iron Works is not there anymore, I understand. Now going across the street is the original Roop building. Where the Roop Brothers Auto Parts are. Look back down that street there. Okay, this building right here is the old Dawkins Produce House. Sitting on the corner right here. Been there for years and years and years. That's where Bert and Carl and all of them work. There in that building right there. Right there on the corner of Locust and Ann. Locust and Ann, that's the old Dawkins Produce. At Central School where I went through grades 1 through 6. And this is about the only thing that's left of the old Central School, and that's the old Central School bell. The rest of these pictures that you're going to see is part of the brand new Central School in here in Chillicothe. Central School ground. Be one of the old ballparks right here is where the building is now that I used to play ball on. Here across the street from Central School, that's the Presbyterian Church. That's the new Presbyterian Church. Old Andy Preston used to be or his father used to be the preacher there, and there used to be a house on the other side of it where the preacher stayed, and that's where Andy Preston lived. Well, whatever happened to Lynn? We're looking now west on Wyatt Street, and you can see the new Central School. That used to be all school ground right there. And we're going to walk back down the way here now and take a look. This is old Bro Gladue house right here. That's Bro Gladue. He used to be the Iceman. Did you remember who lived in this house right next door to us, right there on 408? Stoddard. But before that, you remember the guy that used to run the place down there by the Dawkins Produce? Hatch? No. Oh, I can't think of it now. You remember who it was? Macklin. No, let's see, it wasn't him either. It was a great big fella. Now, here's the house right next to ours on Wyatt Street. I'm going to go right on down the road here and get right on 408 Wyatt. Where I spent most of my time during the war right here, just a schoolboy. We used to have a white picket fence around this house during the war years. Living on one side and of the house. See the 408 out there. Street over there, but I can't remember. But I'll talk to the lady down the street here pretty soon. We'll find out. Now, I believe that's a brand new house there. There used to be 2 or 3 houses down there on that side of the street. And that house over there on that side, that used to be the Way house. John Way and Sally Way, and can't remember who all the Ways were. There was a bunch of them over there living in that house. Living on down that street. This is Wyatt Street right here. This is the place I stayed during the war. Before we moved over on 30. There's one of my favorite spots right there. Right there by that tree where I used to play in the little park. I think that's Burger, not Burger Lindsay. I just cannot remember who that was. Okay, back on again. There's the side of the house here, 408 Wyatt Street. Like I said, there's a white picket fence. Back around here. I've been here a long, long time. 408 Wyatt. Okay.
Let me get out of it first.
Oh, no, you stay right where you are, all right? I got some questions I want to ask you. They must have had, what, maybe Parsons? Yeah.
They had about 4 or 5 boys.
Yeah.
Two girls.
Yeah. Whatever happened to him?
He committed suicide over in Chillicothe.
Oh, my God. Was that down there by the Dawkins Produce place?
Oh, no, it's over here by, pretty close to the bridge.
Oh, I see. Now, who lives over in that corner house over there?
Probably DeLowry.
Otis DeLowry. That's exactly who it was. And the Ways lived over on that corner house. And the Whites lived in here somewhere. Of course, that might have been that was, of course, during the war.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. White used to
Mrs.
live
White,
here.
right, that's right. Right in this house right here.
Mm-hmm, before we fixed it over.
Oh, I see. You all own that house. Well, I'm just kind of making a documentary so I can keep with me and keep with me. This gentleman here is Mr. Bill Plummer. He's been here with this paper. I'm going to let him tell you how long. You're going to be on Japanese television, by the way, Bill.
Me?
I'm shooting a documentary of Chillicothe. I don't know if you ever heard about it or not the last couple of days.
No?
Yeah, we've been shooting here at Chillicothe. And we couldn't miss Chillicothe's favorite editor and publisher and all kinds of things. And I know you've been, how many years you've been here now?
Oh, subtract 46 from 82, and it adds up.
It adds up, 46 from 82. Well, now you was
many years. I don't admit that.
Yeah. Now, how many years? You was in the Navy, were you, or in the Army?
Yeah, I was in the Navy.
For 4 years. Was you over in the Pacific or the Atlantic?
I was in the Pacific.
In the Pacific, yeah. You ever get to the Philippines?
Yes.
At Subic Bay, maybe?
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of landed in there.
Yeah, how about up in Japan?
Yeah.
Was you ever at Sasebo?
No. We was at Yokohama.
Yokohama?
And that
Well,
was about all of that.
that's the reason why I wanted you at your desk here, because now I understand you kind of semi-retired, is that right?
This is correct.
Yeah. So I come in to see you yesterday, but you've already gone. And I'm going to put you on Japanese television as soon as I get back. But this is a documentary of Chillicothe, Missouri, from 1933, when I was born, up through the time that I left in 1950, in the 1950s. So this is just something that is, it's not a commercial type picture or anything. But, you know, the Japanese have fine movie cameras.
Yes.
Or television cameras.
Yes, I use Japanese cameras.
You do? Have you got a VTR?
I've got, no, I have Nikon.
Oh, you have Nikon. Oh, I see. Yeah,
I've been using them for years.
Yeah. Well, of course, this has a couple of features that's pretty nice. This has instant playback, too, see? I can play it right back. And you've seen yourself on television, haven't you? I'm sure you've been on television many times here in the United States.
Well, that's fine. I enjoy it.
You look good on television. Okay.
Can't imagine that.
Bill, I want to wish you all the luck in the world in your semi-retirement, and it's been a real pleasure knowing you. And I want to, you know, one of these days I'm going to come back to Chillicothe and live. You know? And someday, why, you get to Tokyo, Japan, why, I'll let you see this tape.
Well, I hope to get over there again one of these days.
Well, I'll be more than happy to have you. I work for the U.S. Embassy over there, and I'll be sitting there waiting for you to come, but I'm going to be over there a little while longer, okay?
Yeah, thank you very much for coming in.
Talk a little bit.
Got it pushed.
Okay, you don't need to hold it down. Got her?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the Chillicothe High School. This is the junior high school, which was, of course, not there when I went to school. In the middle of the building there is the high school building proper. And this is, I think they probably have a gymnasium on this side, don't they, or something? Or is that just classrooms? No, they got a cafeteria or something on the other side, I guess. So, we'll drive down through here close. No, you haven't got any lights or anything telling you that there's no light level or anything. It's okay.
No, it's just the green light on the V.
That's good. Okay. Try to get up there what high school is. The high school, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the Chillicothe High School, and that building's been there a long, long time. And these are all the new buildings. Now we're going to come by the gymnasium here a little bit now. And we're getting some rain, so we'll go by the high school gymnasium, get that home of the Hornets there.
Should I zoom in on that?
If you want to. Give you a chance to. Did you get a zoom in on it?
Yeah. Pause now.
Okay. This is part of the Chillicothe Business College, what's left of it. That used to be the old gymnasium right there. And then we'll pan on down to one of the other buildings that used to be one of the areas where they taught this is one of the biggest telegrapher school anywhere in the United States, and there were students from all over the world that came here. And this is part of the campus now. It's owned by Lambert Manufacturing Company. This is another one of the halls over on the side. There used to be a place right down below there in the center of that building called the Duck's Den. Now there's another building right next to the Duck's Den, and there used to be quite a few buildings on this campus. Of course, there's not very many buildings anymore. There's only about 4 or 5, but this is what it looks like now. The old Chillicothe Business College, world renowned. This is Minerva Hall. This is where all the ladies were. This is one of the buildings that housed all the ladies, but this was one of the biggest one of the buildings for the college students. This was a co-educational college, and there was a lot of ladies here, I'll guarantee you, back in those days. Well, it's bright, huh? Okay, Aunt Bess, I got a couple of questions I want to ask you when I start this thing.
Yeah.
And first thing I want to ask you is how old you are.
Oh, God. That's about very
72.
Well, can't you tell me
69
about?
right now.
69 right now.
September, I'll be
69,
70.
and you'll be 70. All right, now how old is the boy down here, the one that looks like Larry?
How old are you?
I'm 7. I'm going to turn 8 this week.
You're going to turn 8 this week, okay? Now how about the girl? How old are you?
10 going on 11.
10, going 11. What's your name?
Stephanie.
Stephanie, and what's the boy's name?
This one?
Jim, yeah, Jim. No, we get the little one here. Now what about the big boy?
Oh, these are kids I watch. This
This is Jeremy and this is Joey.
Jeremy and Joey Hall.
Joey's
Okay.
3.5 and he's 4 months.
Oh, yes. Okay, now how about, is Shirley living with you now, staying with you, Beth?
Part of the
Off
time.
and on? Yeah. I understand her boy. Now, I went down to tape her the other day, and she wasn't there. But I got their mother. And I'll try to get down there one of these days and get her on tape so she can be on television. You're going to watch yourself. The only way you're going to be able to watch yourself on television, you're going to have to come to Tokyo, Japan.
Oh, bullshit.
Send us our tape back.
Send us the tape back. No, you're going to have to come out, come to Tokyo to see that television. Okay, listen, I really appreciate it very, very much. And this will be the first time. And one of these days, why, I'll be coming back and I'll bring this tape back and you can, I'll let you see yourself on TV, okay? All right. Say bye-bye. Wave bye-bye to the camera.
Wait by it. Hi. Got a pretty car. Huh?
I finally got it.
Well,
Finally got
yeah,
it.
y'all had it a long time ago.
I believe that. She should have had it a long time ago. She could have enjoyed it more.
Yeah.
But she drives it real well, I'll guarantee
Oh,
you.
you got windshield wipers on the back, too.
Oh, yeah, she got, it's,
Got the whole thing, uh-huh.
but it's pretty. I told her it matches her shoes, matches her dress and everything. Is that, oh, that's the other boy. I couldn't remember who that was down at the
Look up
bottom
here,
there.
Joey. Stand up here, hon.
Now, is them, both them Larry's boys?
No, Larry's boy in here. He's grown up.
Oh, he's already grown up, huh?
This is just 2 little kids I watch and take care of.
Okay.
Get over here, Joey. Stand up here.
Well, we'll see y'all. Where was Bernard at? St. Louis?
Bernard's in St. Louis.
Yeah. And Ray Eugene is here.
Yeah, but he ain't here right now.
Oh, he ain't? He's on summer camp, I think, didn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be back in another week.
Where's Laverne at?
Kansas City.
Yeah, she's retired now. Yeah. And Betty Jo?
She's talking about coming up next.
Oh, really? Yeah.
She
What
comes
about?
Saturday and go back Sunday.
Yeah. What about Betty Jo?
She's in St. Louis.
Oh, she is. Well, now is she working or is she?
Yeah, she was with the telephone company and she worked in the office and they shut that one down and transferred them here.
Oh, I see. What about the? Let's see now. Has Bernard been home lately or not?
No, he ain't. I wrote to him and
Yeah.
he's been home for quite a while.
But he's.
I was down there and stayed a week when I had this broken.
Yeah, he's still teaching school.
Yeah,
Yeah. Has he got any? Has he got any children?
2.
2. But they're probably all grown up now, ain't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know it, but they're not.
Oh, they are. Yeah. Well, we wanted to come by and get your picture, and then we'll be by again because we're going to. I'll bring my boy down, and I'll bring Mary. Well, Mary Lou will be leaving tomorrow, but I'll bring Elsa down, and we'll come down and chat with you for a while, and maybe in the afternoon
She's
or in the
going,
evening.
going somewhere else?
Well, no, she's living in Oklahoma City, and so she'll be going back to Oklahoma City tomorrow. She'll be going back on the airplane. We're going to take her down to Kansas City and put her on the airplane tomorrow. What do you think of Mom's car?
I was just gonna ask you if you got a new car.
Yeah, she bought a new car. How many
You
years,
did?
Aunt Sarah, how many years have you lived in this house here?
Since 6 September 41.
6th of September 1941.
We lived in this one right here.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to shoot that one right now, honey.
The
Okay,
house?
now who lived next door to you over here? Do we have any relation that lived next door to you or not?
Not
don't
that I
think-
know of.
Well, now, Jess lived in that house on the corner, didn't he?
Did he? I don't
Yeah. Yeah, Jess lived in that house on the corner down there, Mom. I believe, didn't he?
I don't remember.
Yeah, Galen and Richard and Jess and his wife lived in that corner house.
Oh, you mean this one right?
That house right there. Oh, you can. You just kind of have to slow down and not do much of anything, huh? Yeah.
Is it here or over there?
No, over there, honey.
There?
Right there on that corner right there. I think Robert lived in one side and Donald lived in the
Yeah,
other.
they did. It's right there.
Yeah. Now, didn't we live in Grandma's house one time or not? In that front room in there?
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. I think we lived over there one time in that house. I believe. Maybe it was during the war or something. I'm not too sure. Huh? Yeah, we lived there in the front part of that front room where Grandma lived. I think. We were just staying there, I think. Now, who's the people, what's their names live across the street? You don't remember their names? Oh, they have. I just can't remember what those people's names were. But that house has been there a long time, too. Well, that house of Grandma's is still staying there, still standing, isn't it? I think. Yeah. Sure. Well, glad to see you all. I was thinking about you the other day. Is that right? That's right. The reason I think about you is because I remember when we were building this motel up here and I was hauling them bricks for Bob. He loaned me some pictures for my documentary that I'm making, and you're going to be on television.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. But you're going to have to come to Japan to see yourself, but that's where it's going to be at. How about that? How many years you been with Bob?
Well, I don't know. I started back in about 41, 42.
Yeah, I knew it was right there during the war.
Yeah.
That's a bunch of time. That's a long time.
Yeah.
And you were here at the Blue Star.
Yeah.
And where'd you work before that?
At the One Stop.
Oh, that's right. That's where you actually started.
Yeah.
Around there. One Stop Service.
That's where I got old Bernadette back.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, sure. Well, you're going to have to come to Japan. Well, I want to get your picture.
Oh, I'm going to change my blouse.
Well, no, your blouse is fine. I've already got you now. You ain't nothing you can do now. You already got me. Just walk out there and talk to Mom for a minute.
Well, you might as well get out.
You got there. She's Now, Aunt Goldie, I've asked everybody else a couple of questions. I'm going to ask you one.
Okay.
How old are you?
Well, I'll be 75
75.
in August. No, 30.
75 in August.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, you don't look a day over 39.
Oh, poot. Where you been?
Oh, everywhere. We talked to Bess. And we've been out to business college. And we've been just about everywhere. We'll have to see Sarah. We caught her unaware just like we caught you unaware. And I think the whole reason why Mom come along, she wants to show off her car.
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
She's pretty.
It is.
That's really pretty.
Now, how long have you lived here in this house?
We lived here about 37 years.
About 37 years. Well, now, were you all down here before we moved from Wise Street and moved down here on West 3rd? That's what I thought you were here first.
Yeah, we moved here for
Okay, we're talking to Mr. Cecil Campbell, who has been on the police force here in Chillicothe for a great number of years, and I'm going to ask him some questions and tell him that he's going to be on Japanese television, and the only way he's going to be able to see what I tape is he's going to have to come to Tokyo, Japan to see it. and one of the things, Cecil, that I wanted to ask you about is how many years were you on the police force in Chillicothe?
Altogether, I had 15 years of law enforcement.
15 years law enforcement. And when did you start here in Chillicothe? What year did you start?
In 38.
1938. Okay, then were you in the service at all?
No.
World War II? Okay, well then, you stayed here in Chillicothe. Did you always live in Chillicothe? Where were you born at?
Out northwest of Chillicothe, at Graham's Mill.
At Graham's Mill, yeah. Was it close to the old Graham's Mill, the old covered bridge?
Yeah.
To that area there?
Oh yeah, the mill was right beside of it.
The mill was right beside of it. I see. Now, I'm going to ask you some personal questions. I want to ask you, how old are you?
I'll soon be 75.
My God.
September.
September, you soon be 75. Okay, now you remember, of course, Della and Carl Shirley.
Oh, yeah.
Shirley Sugar Bowl, because I know you used to work on that beat quite a little bit. And you and I talked the other day about a story that you was going to tell, something about some silverware. And I wanted you to kind of tell on this videotape for me about that silverware bit.
Well, Carl was losing silverware out of the restaurant there.
Uh-huh.
And he mentioned it to me one night and asked me if I had any idea how I was getting away. And I said, well, Carl, it could be several ways, but if you want me to, I'll try to find out for you. And so we kind of watched, and I told him to watch him if anybody walked out with packages to make sure you knew what was in it.
Uh-huh.
So it turned out that nobody was taking any silverware out that we could find, so the only thing left was the garbage can out in the alley.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched that one night or two, and there was some woman brought some package out and stuck it down in the garbage can. And when she went back in, I went over and unwrapped it, and it had silverware in it.
Yeah.
So I put it back in there and waited till she come out, and then I found out who it was, and I told Carl about it, but whether he ever done anything about it, I don't know.
I doubt it very much. You know, he had an awful soft heart.
Yes, he did. So did Mrs. Shirley.
Yeah, they all did. And they had a lot of good people working for him up there, you know, at the restaurant at that time. And
I'd go in there some nights and I'd ask him if he had anything left over he wanted to get rid of that was eatable. And he said, sure. Well, it kind of got a habit of going in there certain nights and getting stuff, but he wouldn't quit with just something he had left over. He'd put a lot of extra stuff in there that he could sell.
Yeah.
And then I'd take it down to some poor families that I knew.
Yeah.
And they would really enjoy it because they wasn't having half enough to eat.
Well, he did give a lot of stuff to the poor. There's no doubt
Absolutely.
about that. And I understand that he always had a place back there for some of the people that, you know, that if a hobo or somebody like that would come in, he could always get a hand out there with that.
He'd always feed them. Yeah. Never turn them down.
Well, I took some pictures here the other day of the back of the Sugar Bowl, and I also took some pictures of the front of the Sugar Bowl when I was up there. So that'll kind of bring back some memories for me on that. Because when I was pretty small, I could remember him going out the back door there and over to Herb Parsons. You remember where Herb Parsons? They used to play cards over there every once in a while.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I remember about the Sugar Bowl was that in the front part of the restaurant, of course, they had stools on both sides, and then in the back part they had booze, and I believe they had a dance floor back in the back. Do you remember that?
That's right.
I believe they did. Now, I need to ask you a couple more questions, and one of them was, what was the cafe that was right next door to the yellow cab stand? Was that Weber's, or do you remember what?
Jim Rawls was in
there. That's what it was. We were trying to think about that yesterday because I took some pictures of that area. Yeah. Then what was the clothing store that was right next door to the Sugar Bowl on the south side? Do you remember? Do you recall? Because on the north side was Adams Wholesale House.
I remember that clothing store in there, but I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Mr. Frank Lang worked in it.
Right, that's right, and I can't remember, it wasn't it wasn't S&Q. I'm trying to think of it, I just can't think of it myself.
I can't remember the name. I know the fellow that owned it.
Yeah.
I think it was his name that they called the store, but I can't think of who he was.
Now, back when you first started, back in 1938, who was the chief of police at that time?
Morris Dorney.
Okay, now how many years was he chief of police, Chillicothe?
48 years.
48 years.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
He went to work on the police force in 1899, and he was elected as chief of police in 1900, and he passed away in 1948.
1948.
And he served straight through for those
all those
49 years.
49 years. Well, I'll be darned.
And I worked with him there several years as a policeman.
Well, I remember Mr. Meek was there, and of course Pete Dawkins, and of course I don't recall who some of the other fellows were.
Well, Josh Walker.
Right, Josh Walker. That reminds me.
Walter Goodman.
Right.
And a fellow by the name of Thomas.
Yeah.
And
well, I think now back in '38, I think Mac McGinnis was on the
Mac
police
was
force
there
that time, one time.
Mm-hmm. Eddie Baldwin was policeman.
Right. Now, do you recall where on the square the all the two Greek guys that had the wasn't it the
America and
what I'm trying to think.
America was one of his names.
Yeah, I was wondering what was that on the west or the east side of the square?
East side, about the middle of the block.
About the middle of the block. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been changed so much.
Yeah, it's all been. I've got some pictures of places, area there, and of course they're going out of business, you know, and all that area there where the J.C. Penney's was, and I got quite a bit of tape on most of that.
I believe the Candy Kitchen was.
Candy Kitchen, that was the name of it.
Name of the place where the Greeks had it.
Yeah.
And they were right south of that hardware store.
Yeah.
And the building south of them was a bank.
Yeah.
Farmers Merchants
That's right,
Bank.
Farmers Merchants Bank. I remember that too.
And then Joe Shirley's place was right south of the bank.
Right, and I completely forgot about him.
And that's
I don't want to
Carl's
about
brother.
Him. That's Carl's brother. That's right. Yeah. Well, now where the cafe, where the Shirley Sugar Bowl was now, I guess there's an abstract place in there, or was an abstract place.
That's
in there
right.
At that time.
Yeah.
Well, now the only other thing I was going to ask you about was that in all the years that you worked on the police force, can you recall anything that might be of interest on this tape? Because this is going to be a documentary tape, and we're going to take this raw tape and take it back to Japan and put it on Japanese television.
Oh my goodness!
I know there's so many things that happens and everything, and I don't know if there was any real. Of course, you know, back at that. Do you recall ever at any time, and maybe that was before your time, of any of the real old type gangsters that might have transited Chillicothe? You know, most of them didn't come around here. They pretty well stayed away from here at that time.
No doubt there was some come through here, but they never did bother us because they went on or minded their own business.
Yeah, they probably did. I've heard
but
people
they've been caught here.
Yeah.
They robbed a bank in Kansas City and come in here one time and stopped at a filling station.
Yeah.
And the chief got word of it somewhere or another.
Yeah.
Between him and old Tom Dawkins.
Yeah.
They took them.
I'll be darned. Well, that was back in the days when
and they still had the money with them.
They still had the money with them. Yeah. I'll be darned. Cecil, listen, I really appreciate taking your time. I want to kind of pan around because Cecil's got a real fine workshop here, and of course the people back in Japan, they don't know about how some of these people that retired live because they live a lot different than we do in Japan. But I want to kind of go around turn your light that way, and we'll go right down the line there. He's got a real nice workbench, and looks like he's got a big saw that he uses and all kinds of power tools, haven't you?
Yeah, there's a big saw right there behind you.
Uh-huh.
Or in front of you.
Yeah, bandsaw. Yeah.
See if you can get this in here.
All righty, let me get.
Got through refinishing this.
And why now you didn't want me to set nothing on it? Boy, that's nice work right there. That's really nice.
Chair of it as soon as I get through with it, so it won't get damaged.
Yeah. So this is really what you're kind of doing out here is kind of a hobby and taking old furniture and making new out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll be darned. Well, that's nice.
I started out with just a little hobby, and it's turned into big business.
Yeah.
It's so much I have to turn a lot of it down.
Sure, I'll bet it is. I'll bet there is. Well, listen, I really appreciate it. And you know, if you ever get to Tokyo, you know where to come, don't you?
Oh,
and I know that Mom...
hunt you up.
Okay. I know that Mom she's out in the car, so if you could step out and say hello, I'd appreciate it.
I sure will.
I really appreciate it, Cecil. This is Cecil Camel here in Chillicothe, Missouri, a long-time resident, and on the police force for many years, and we appreciate talking. As hungry as I am, boy, we've been working so hard, we don't know whether we're coming or going.
Oh, baloney.
That's right.
Oh, now I don't want my picture taken yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't take it then.
So that's what you're doing is taking. Quit taking my picture while I'm taking it off.
I ain't taking any pictures.
You are cute anyway. You're just telling me to bear face.
I'm not. Well, that sure is pretty. That divan is really nice. It's really nice, little.
And all.
Huh?
Hot dogs and all.
Hot dogs? There ain't nobody give me no hot dog yet.
Well, I just put them in the kettle.
Well, get over here and get them.
Well, no, they're not ready.
Hang on for me, Dick.
I'll get you a thing out of the drawer.
He did. He really did. I ain't eating them hot dogs. Where was you at this morning? Tell me before I eat them hot dogs.
Where was I at? Getting them up or getting the tailpipe fixed?
I don't know whether I'm gonna eat them hot dogs now or not for sure.
$10. Got it fixed for $10.
He was at
You mean you got a haircut for 10 bucks?
That's a Frankfurter.
That's a Frankfurter. Oh, don't move it. I gotta do it.
That's it.
That's our 25th anniversary picture.
You been married 25 years?
25 years.
If you want to zoom up there and take that picture there, Lynn Wayne, because that was fixed for
Now, who give that to you? What I want to know.
Betty, my sister, and my sister-in-law.
Oh, yeah?
That's what they gave it for that.
They went together and worked on that.
I'm going to back it up a little bit because it's going to be out of focus otherwise. I don't know how close I'm going to be able to get to it. I'll be nice. A little knick-knack there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's nice. How old do you think that might be?
Oh, it's probably close to 100 years old. That belonged to Carnahan. He used to be the former mayor of Chillicothe back in the 20s.
Oh, be darned.
They died and went up there.
Are you taking pictures of this?
They said,
Yeah, I'm taking pictures.
they said, Lou and his Grandma Dawkins.
Oh, I can't get Grandma because of the shadow.
Well, we can move the picture.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just everything just fine. We're in good shape. We'll get Grandma there on the side, and everything is fine. My gosh, there's Lou. When she was, how old was she there? 33?
17.
Oh, okay.
33.
It was beautiful back there in them days.
It's getting beautiful back there in them days.
Good thing I got this room cleaned up and got some of the dust
When
out.
that first takes off, it'll make a little whirl. That's your motor turn over in.
That's the motor turning the automatic focus.
No.
Oh, yeah? I don't know if I can get turned around there or not.
Well, you just turn around.
Yeah, but I
Trying to clean it up.
Enough light in here.
Actually?
Greg. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Sergeant Major, listen to that.
Yeah, something on.
It's probably the hot dogs. Well, that's nice.
And this is a picture, if you want to get a picture of this old Western Union clock.
Mm-hmm.
It was on my brother got it from a...
You just can't get them kind of clocks anymore.
I hear an echo.
Yeah.
They can get the light out here a little more.
You need to get up here closer to get some of these pictures of these
I am.
rocks.
I'm going to get up there closer in a minute.
You can zoom in on it.
Well, we got rocks, rocks, rocks.
Well, you got more rocks than they got in Colorado.
Colorado.
I'll tell you, there's more rocks there than you can shake a stick at.
We know it.
Okay, now I'm going to pan right on down that way. So let's
Turn off 20,000 feet.
20,000 feet of tape, that's $14 a foot.
Oh my God.
Cabinet there, good.
You get too much glare off that.
Well,
I can't get close enough. I mean, I can't back up far enough.
Well, okay.
Okay, I just thought I'd mention that. Okay,
That's it.
that's it. Oh, I want to get outside and get the house. Outside.
Outside, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can do that while I get the hot dogs.
You better hurry up with the hot dogs,
Get the hot
You
dog.
better hurry up or you won't get it.
Turn this off right here.
because I got Mom out there in the car.
Why didn't you ever come in?
Well, she's kind of tired this morning. I didn't want to. I'm just about out of battery.
Hey, where's Rosecomb Rooster?
Hi, Bill. How are you?
Oh, fine.
Looks like you're getting ready to go to bed.
They're laying down. They get a nap, haven't you? You're trying to.
Tell her to come on out here. Daddy wants to talk to you.
Yeah, Dally wants to talk to you, man. You get a chance.
To you first. Rosie, come come on out here and get out there and see Mom for a minute.
Okay, hi. How you doing?
Fine, just walk right on out and so go over and talk to Mom.
Okay. Gotta get you on tape. Where's Chad, over there?
Yeah, she's over there. How you been?
Okay.
Good.
Doing all right outside of the garden. You got a garden now. You see that garden he's got out there?
I saw that
Yeah, I
garden.
got some. You got roasting ears and everything. No, damn roasting ears. There's no rain.
Ain't no rain. Well, yeah, but you got a little rain this afternoon.
Yeah. Hell, that don't amount to nothing. Doesn't it? Yeah. How are you?
Stop there, you don't think you
How you, Dick? Okay, Carl. No, not lately. It's too hot. Bugs eat you.
Have you been fishing, Carl? You been fishing?
No.
You haven't.
Them gnats that eat you up, boy. Went this spring once and got a catfish.
Did you?
Yeah, about 5 pounder out of the pond.
Pretty good.
Yeah. What did you use for bait? Crawdad. That's a TV camera. What? Take TVs.
Yeah, you're on television, Carl.
Yeah, he's got a thing to show you on television. Hey, yeah.
Yeah, but you're going to have to come to Japan to see it, though.
He's going to write it. He's going to put in the sign on there, Jesse James. What are you going to do? Write him out to Japan when I get over there?
Is that the first time you ever been on TV?
I've never been on.
That might be, yeah, Grandma
Jesse
seen
James.
Jesse
Yeah,
James.
he seen him. He come by on a horse. He was down here at the circus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Down there at the carnival. Come through.
It's been kind of hot, huh?
Yeah, he was
That used to be the State Industrial Home for Girls. Now I think it's a minimum security prison. Now it's a women's prison for the state of Missouri. Yeah. Dan?
Yeah.
Step out the door there just a minute if you would.
Oh, you want to break that thing?
No, it ain't gonna break it. Of course, you won't be able to see it. You won't be able to see this thing unless you won't be able to see this unless you come to Japan.
Well, I sure won't see it, Phil.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll bring it to you. How's that feel?
Yeah, that'll be all right.
And I got to ask you a couple of questions. Let me ask you one thing. How old are you now?
Older than you are.
Well, I know you're older than I am. How long have you been right here at this location now? How many years?
50 years.
50 years. And where'd you start out as a mechanic at? Here in Chillicothe?
You're getting home. It's crazy here.
Well, I know that, but I got to have this is for the TV audience. 50 years. Don't you run off yet. Now I got one more question I got to ask you. You ain't answered me yet. And you didn't tell me how old you were.
Huh?
You didn't tell me how old you were.
84.
84. I got you.
What's he want you for?
Well, listen, I tell you, I want you to know that you're going to be on television, but like I said, you're going to have to come to Tokyo, Japan to see yourself.
I don't know. Coming.
You're just going to sit down there and take it
I've
easy.
been over there once. That's long enough.
That's right. When,
He's over there in the Second World War.
yeah, you was over there in 1940,
Huh?
45. When was you over in Japan? When was you over in Japan?
45.
45.
I wasn't in Japan. I was in Philippines.
In the Philippines, that's right. That's right, you was in the Philippines. I brought some pictures over to show you this.
Huh?
I brought some pictures over to show you the Philippines.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, that was a long time ago.
Well, we had water.
You look pretty good on television. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, that keeps the chlorine out.
But you've been living here in this location here, how many years? Right here at this place? 50 years?
50 years.
At this location here. Where'd you go to school at, Dan? Here was you ever from Samsel or Lock Springs or somewhere like that? Always right here in Chillicothe.
I was raised in Tennessee.
You was raised in Tennessee. I didn't know that. I thought you. So that means 50 years ago. What year was that in when you come here? What year did you come here?
I've been 32, wasn't it?
1932.
32.
1932. Well, I tell you, everybody tells me you're the best mechanic anywhere in the world.
Oh, I gotta get all that stuff.
I don't know. I think so. I don't know. Dickie Thomas thinks you're that way. But listen, I just wanted you to know that we thought enough of you to come down here The other day I came down here and I needed a hose clamp, and he gave me one there, and he wouldn't take no money for it, so I'm going to make a TV star out of it. And if you make a lot of money being a TV star, why then...
Hurry up, Carol.
Hurry up, you're ready to go somewhere, ain't you? Well, listen, thank you very much, Dan. We appreciate it very much, okay? That thing here, because that rod's been there a long time. And you remember the time that that I came over here and we were talking about something about lights on the car or something? You remember that story? How about, why don't you tell me that story while I'm showing the people all this garage area here about something, wasn't it? And I said, are you positive? And he said, something about the lights on the car, I think was. Mom's having some work done on the car at that time. Yeah. He's 4 years old now, Dan. 4. This boy here is 4 years old.
Well, you're about 3 or 4.
About 3 or 4, yeah. Well, I guess we better go. You ready to go, son? You are. Okay, thank you. Hey, this is Cavalry Baptist Church here in Chillicothe. Now, how long, Dick, has this church been here? Is that what it is?
That's been added on to. He had a little place in there in the winter where they can get out of the car and eat in there. Yeah. Home of the world's largest tenderloin.
Yeah, it was the home of the world's largest tenderloin. That's right. And that was the old Dookie Station right there. It was where Harvey Anderson lived. Now, who are all the boys that lived here, Dick? It was Harvey and Delbert.
Well, let's see, Andy.
Andy and
Carl.
Carl. And then I don't remember how many of the girls lived there.
I don't know.
There's a whole bunch.
I don't remember the girls.
Yeah, there was some girls there.
They're all away from here now.
Yeah.
I think this
now
Delbert,
Freddie's dead.
Yeah, Freddie's dead.
And Carl's dead.
Yeah, Harvey's dead.
And Harvey's dead. And then I guess all that's left, just them other two boys.
Yeah, Delbert and Andy's.
Yeah, that's all.
And then one girl that still lives here at home. I don't know where.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
You know, that too.
For heaven's sake.
So you can just say, smile, you're on Candid Camera.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
Hey, you know that light? Just turn that other light. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Only it's actually afternoon here in the big metropolis of Chillicothe, Missouri. We're still working on our documentary, and I have three very lovely ladies, three very lovely young ladies, I might say, that's with me today. And I have Dottie. I forgot to ask you, and we're still on, but I forgot to ask you, what is your name now that you're married? I knew it was McQueen before.
It's Yeomans.
Yeomans. We have Dottie Yeomans on the left. That's our left. And we have Martha Hayes, which was Martha Frith previously, in the middle. she's the one that just blinked her eyes. And we got Patricia Dowell, and her name now that she's married is Patricia
Nichols.
Good, okay. Nichols. Anyway, we're in good shape. We got everybody's name. Now, what I'm going to try to do is, to our audience that's looking at the tape, is we want you to tell a little bit about what you're doing right now, whether you're a homemaker or a school teacher or whatever the case might be, and we're going to start with Dottie. So, Dottie, why don't you give us some kind of an idea? Since you've been out of school, out of high school, here at Chillicothe High School, what have you been doing? Okay?
Well, now I'm private secretary.
Okay.
I work mornings only and
Okay.
run around in the afternoons.
Good.
No, I stayed home for many years as a homemaker while I reared my daughters.
Okay.
My daughters are both married. I have a granddaughter, by the way,
Very good.
about a year old now. And after high school, I was married very young, you know. I was
Were we
married.
all?
I was a child bride.
Yes, I was too.
We all were in those days mostly. But I was married in the fall of '52 after graduation from high school. And in 1953, my husband was drafted into the Army. But we ended up in Washington, D.C., and I had a job at National Savings and Trust there and a block from the White House, and he was at the Pentagon. Real nice experience for us. And after his stay in the Army, we came back to Chillicothe, where we've been ever since. We think it's a great town. We love the Midwest.
I'm glad to hear that.
Some people who come back here swear it's the Twilight Zone. Some things never change. And perhaps this is true.
Well, I thought it was Peyton Place or something.
Well, it's been called Peyton Place, too.
Well, our Japanese audience really don't even know what Peyton Place is. I'll have to explain that. But that's
Yes,
okay.
yes. Well, they may not know about the Twilight Zone
That's
either.
right. I think they know
It's on
that
TV.
science fiction is on TV.
Yeah.
You know, they've got a lot of Japanese programs in Japan that come, of course, they dub in the Japanese. They don't have the English, but it's very interesting there. Okay, let me get anything else you would like to add to that, because I'm going to come back to you. in just a
Yes, I
Okay.
would like to add, if I might. My brother has spent a lot of his life in the Far East.
Oh, really?
He was in Tokyo.
Mhm.
He's with the FAA, still
Okay.
is with the FAA
Oh.
in Kansas City area.
I see.
And we never did get to Tokyo, and I'm sorry.
Well,
But,
we would like to extend the invitation to you. Because we're going to be there
I'd
for a
love
couple
to.
more years.
I
It's a
would
beautiful
love to.
country, and they got beautiful people.
That's what I
and
understand.
especially since your brother's been there, why you can
Oh,
relate
I'd
that
love
to you.
to.
Right. Okay, now the next lady that we have, this is a lady. Yes, Martha. At least I got a laugh out of her. I like your hair, Martha.
Thank you.
Let's see, let me back up a little bit. I want to see all of it.
It's not natural.
It is natural, isn't it? Martha Ann Frith and I have known each other for at least so many years. I don't know how long, but it's been a bunch. And I knew her father very, very well. I knew him. He was one of my very favorite people here in Chillicothe. He was on the school board. He had all kinds of things that he was into. A very, very fine gentleman. And what I want to do now is I want to ask you, Martha, could you give us just a little synopsis, so to speak, of what you've been doing here since you got out of high school, since 1951. That's when you all graduated. Okay?
Okay, graduated in '51. I went to a women's college for 2 years.
Okay.
And then I got married and had a son that died when he was 3 months old. And then we had another son 2 years later. And then we got a divorce. And I moved back to Chillicothe and went back to school, thanks to my father that you mentioned. He was very supportive. And I got my degree in Kirksville. And then I started teaching. But I met Bob, my husband, while we were in school in Kirksville. And he's quite a guy, very, very nice man. And he adopted Bob, my son, and we have another daughter. Bob is 25 now, and he's getting his PhD in political science at MU. And Beth is 21, and she's at MU. She'll graduate in December. And then we moved back to Chillicothe, which is great. I'm glad I lived away, because when you move back, it's much more meaningful, and I don't want to ever move away from Chillicothe. I think you can understand that, Lynn. It's nice to come back.
I'm very, very glad to hear that. I've always had that same feeling myself. It was nice to get away, but
I needed
much
it.
nicer to get back, really.
I appreciate it much more
nicer.
since I moved back.
Yeah.
And I'm the reading specialist now for elementary and junior high.
Here in the Chillicothe Public
Chillicothe
Schools.
system.
Okay, very good. Okay, the next very attractive short-haired lady that we have, and for our Japanese audience, there's a lot of our Japanese that really enjoy blonde hair, and they enjoy long blonde hair. But this lady doesn't have long blonde hair. Pat Dowell I've known ever since I was about 6 or 7 years old. I think did you and I, we started school possibly at Central School.
No.
Wasn't it, or was it Field? Dewey?
Did you say Dewey?
Okay,
Mary Pearl Gardner.
Okay, right. That's exactly who it was.
Yes,
and
sir.
we went right on up through the grades, clear on up through high school.
That's right.
All the way, and that was a long, long time ago.
Well, not that long.
Well, all right. For that, I'll focus you in. But anyway, why don't you give us a short one on what you've been doing since you've been out?
Okay, well, I won't cover all the schools I've been to because there's too many of them,
Alrighty.
but when I went to KU to school, I met Ken Nichols, and we were married in 1954. And we've had 4 children. We lived in Wichita for 12 years, where I finally got a degree. And I taught 1 year in Wichita and lost a boy there, our oldest child. And then we moved to Chillicothe in 1967 and have lived here ever since. We have 3 grown children. The youngest is 20, and the oldest is 26. 1 lives in California and 2 live in Dallas. And I did teach elementary PE for 10 years. And now I've been in the 2nd grade for 2 years.
Oh.
And I'm working on a degree in elementary administration right now. I'm going to summer school at Maryville, Missouri.
I see. You drive back and forth?
No, I stay up there during the week.
Oh, do you? I see. Well, that's the reason why you're down here. I forgot about that. Martha was telling me this.
Yeah, I came home yesterday.
Okay, now, ladies, I got some questions that I want to ask, and it doesn't really make any difference who answers. But I need to ask a couple of questions about Chillicothe itself. And I can ask each one of you on this. Now, what do you feel in yourself? I'll ask this one question, then we'll go around to each one. What do you feel has been the most significant activity or thing that has taken place since you've been here in Chillicothe that you've seen that possibly our Japanese audience might be interested in? Now, I've talked to the mayor. The first part of this tape was about a 15-minute interview with Mayor Oliver. And, of course, there's a lot of little things that's going on here in Chillicothe. But, I mean, I'm just wondering, as civic-minded citizens, which I know you all are, and that you love Chillicothe as much as I do, let me ask Martha first. Martha, what would you think would be something that has really went on here that's really made a difference in Chillicothe itself?
Okay, when we moved back here in '62, there were very few young couples.
Okay.
And just in this 20-year span, a lot of young couples have moved into Chillicothe. And some of them, and a lot of them have been graduates of the high school that have stayed or returned. And it's a really neat place now because there are more young people.
Now, this is one of the things that I've found many times that I've come back to see my mother and, be here in Chillicothe, that there were a tremendous amount of old people, or elderly people, not old people, but elderly people here. And it didn't appear like that there were too many young people that really wanted to come to Chillicothe, but I can see the difference. Dottie, what do you think yourself?
We have a local fine arts council that I think has contributed very much to our community. You might say we were culturally deprived in the rural areas, but because of this fine arts council, which is going on up to 20 years now, we have brought in some very fine programs, and Joan Krautman and my boss, John Irvin, were instrumental in fact, I believe we were the first rural area to have a fine arts council, and we take great pride in that.
Well, that's very good. I've heard a lot about it, and I read in the newspapers that my mother has sent me about, actually what's happening here as far as the theater, some of the other things that's been transpiring.
Yes.
And that's something we didn't have, That was something at least I didn't feel like we had back in the days right after I graduated. Of course, I left very early after the graduation and everything. Pat, how about you? Can you think of anything that might be something that maybe our Japanese audience might be, curious about, or something that's kind of...
I've been a member of the park board for several years. I'm not a member now, but I was, and something that Japanese people like is baseball, I know.
Yes,
and one thing that we did do here in Chillicothe was build a new ballpark on the east side, and really very nice ballpark with good facilities. And I think that was an accomplishment of the park board. I agree with Dottie that the Fine Arts Council has done a really good job, and I'm a member of the Fine Arts Council now.
Not a very good one, but I am good. And then one other thing that I have done a lot of, and we're not very active now, but was Chillicothe Little Theater.
That was something I was going to ask you about, because I noticed that you all did have a play here not too long ago, or maybe it was last year.
Last year.
I believe it was.
My sister was real,
Maybe
she's
that's what
been
it
real
was,
active
yeah.
in that too. But I think that the Little Theater has added a lot to Chillicothe, and it's certainly been a lot of fun for the people that belong to it.
Okay, Martha, if you had a chance to change something here in Chillicothe, what would you change? If you had either the money or the willpower, so to speak, or something that you could change in Chillicothe, what would you change? I know everything is not perfect, but what would you change?
I'd bring more industry in.
Okay.
We need more industry. But back on the other question, when you were talking about things in Chillicothe, it's a tremendously sports-oriented town.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in the fall. Not just especially, but for instance in the fall, the town has tremendous school spirit on football. They follow Friday night football games. Saturday we go to MU to the football games, and Sunday the Chief games in Kansas City, the professional. And then we have a very, very good SPA program in the summer for the kids.
Well, we noticed, Craig and I went out to the stadium this afternoon, and we're going to be going back out there probably tomorrow and get some more pictures of it. They've done a tremendous job out there.
Yeah,
and that stadium is after Jerry Litton, I believe, right?
Yes.
And for our audience, Jerry Litton, I believe, was a senator.
He was a Democrat. He won the Democrat nomination in the primary and was killed that night.
Okay. This is what
He would have been.
He would have been. Okay. Now, do you have anything that you can't ask the Japanese people, but you can ask me? Have you got any questions for me while we're here and we're still on camera? I'll try to answer anything you want to answer, as long as it's not a military secret or anything like that.
Nothing to ask in specific. I just want to go there. I told you that we had a chance to go when my brother-in-law lived in Taipei, and I'm just very sorry.
We really, one of the things that we have a problem with, I think, in our lifespan is that we don't get into, we don't get away from the United States and get into other people's cultures like we do. And we don't understand. Now, Japan especially, they have a very strong, well, they were under a monolithic society a long, long time ago whenever the war started. And they would let no outsiders in at all. There's no way to get people in. And they've opened up that society now. And I think they're getting more and more interested in having, especially the Americans. They like the Americans very much. They mimic them. They have music. Their music is in Japanese, but there are many English words that goes on. It's really a tremendous place, really.
Lynn, I do have one question.
You go ahead.
What do you think of the schools in Japan for your children?
The schools, I would rather send my son, I have a 4-year-old son, I would rather send him to school in Japan than I would in the United States. Now, the Japanese school system is a very hard school system for the kids. They go 6 days a week there. There are no, they have no way to get a hold of automobiles or anything like this. They do have a lot of motor scooters and everything when they're 16 or 17. See, they can't drive till they're 21 years old.
That's good.
And there's a lot of other things. I'm not saying this to worry somebody that might look at this tape Americans-wise, because I think our school system is good for our society and the way we do things. It could be changed. There's a lot of things could be changed. But they stay strictly to education. They have to. You understand that it takes 1,780 kanji characters for them to memorize to start off to be a senior in high school. Then it takes another 750 characters for them to get through college. Now these must be memorized, plus hiragana and katakana, which are the sounding of the words. Now that's just in the language alone. They stress physics, they stress chemistry, they stress the engineering aspects of education. And they've done this for the past 10 or 15 years. In a lot of ways, they're ahead of us,
That's what I understand.
They really are.
How old are the children when they start?
Well, most of the children when they start are around 5 and a half years old. Now, I'll be starting my son in a kindergarten. He's 4 now, but I'll be starting my son in a kindergarten, a Japanese kindergarten, in September. And he will go, now one of the things he must learn while he's going is Japanese, and he knows quite a bit of Japanese anyway.
Can you speak it?
I can get by. I'm not, real perfect, but I can converse a little bit. Let's say I can get by if I got arrested or something like that. Well, we have a program in our embassy that we can go to school for a 6-week period of time, and they will let us, or they will teach us or try to teach us the rudiments of the Japanese if we can. Anything else, ladies?
Do the
Japanese find us Americans noisy as such?
Well,
Are they a more quiet?
they are up to a
people?
certain point. The Japanese are up to a certain point. They're very quiet and they're very, the word I need to use is condensed in the way they do things, because they did come from a society that was closed. They never really knew what was going on the outside, nor did we know what was happening, within their society. And you better hurry up.
Oh,
How you been?
Oh, I'm sure I am.
You're going to have to come all the way to Tokyo, Japan.
Oh, well, that'd be too far. Oh, boy. That's enough.
Bob's over on the other side today?
No, he was over.
Hi, Bob.
What you doing, Dad?
Hi, you all right?
All right, how are you?
That's Mr. Bob State for all you television viewers and everybody.
All utilization and so on like
yeah,
that.
what you been doing here the last couple of years?
What have I been doing?
Yeah.
Oh, just helping improve the town.
Well, I understand you're on the airport board, is that right?
True.
Yeah. I went up and interviewed the mayor this morning, Mayor Oliver.
Did you?
And he, you know that I didn't know that he was married to Margaret Gaines, school teacher.
Right.
And she's go ahead and if you need to answer, they'll answer it outside. The phone.
Nicest people ever.
Yeah,
making a very good mayor.
Yeah, they really are. How old is that building right there?
That building was built in 1940. Built for
What was on this property here?
On this property here was just bare land and some peach trees and cherry trees and a big hill.
Okay, now your dad, and you and your dad built a hotel.
Yeah. He's a AAA service station operator that John Carpenter right there.
There was a service station, a carnival station.
Yeah, there was a carnival station there prior to McDonald's.
Okay, now, there wasn't anything down there by Walmart. Then right up on that hill, on that spray there, it was spray.
Yes, it was spray. No, Chillicothe sales.
Now over on this side, there wasn't really anything in there.
No, there used to be a C.C. Woods real estate company, a welding shop, and then MFA has a hog buying station. It had been there quite a while. And of course, that was the sale barn over there where the red building is. Yeah, where Mark's. Yes. Yeah.
Back here, that was where the grease rack was and the wash rack was. Right. What was next door there? Painter?
Chris Painter.
Chris Painter.
IGA.
And then that's north looking at Washington. Boy, they really widened right in that road.
Oh, yeah.
Really wide.
Give us an overpass. Now they said we're going to get a shorter funds. They turned us down. We're going to take pictures from the viaduct up there between 4 and 5. Take this before the highway commission and show them what a bottleneck is. It is a bottleneck. You're on television, Kay. You're on television. That's you. I thought you knew Danny. Gotcha. She's a Stinson. Does that ring a bell to you?
Yeah, I'm very happy to meet you. I'm behind the camera. Your husband's name was Danny?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's what I thought. How old is the boy?
He's 18 now.
He's a big boy, red head. Now where he got that red? Where he got that red hair from?
You wave at him?
Did you just put that sign up, Bob, or you had it up before?
It's been up 3 or 4
tankers do you have? You remember how old they were when you were taking?
Jim was just out of college and Bob was just...
Okay, now who's the little one on
Jim's
the
the
side?
left, Bob's the right.
Okay, but I mean, who's the
Little boy is Jim's son.
Okay.
Grandson. The girl on the right's Bobby's daughter. Granddaughter.
Okay.
Now we have another grandson.
Yeah.
Jim has another grandson.
Very good. Is he still alive? I mean, he's still here, huh?
No.
He's not? When did you lose him?
Oh, about a couple, 3 years ago.
Yeah. And he's graciously let me have them so that I can get some copies of them for this videotape. This happens to be a shot from an airplane looking to the north of the Y. You can tell there on the left-hand side where the service station is, and of course the motel isn't even built yet, it appears like. And then on up the street, you can see how narrow Washington Street was. And over on the right-hand side, you can see the sale barn where they used to sell the cattle and everything on the right-hand side. This is a very, very old picture, but that was what the old Y used to be like. And right down there in the center of the picture is the old Y Inn. And I bet many, many people remember that. Okay, this next picture is showing the original Bob Staton service station. Now, over on the left-hand side, you'll see it says grill. That was the grill that Mom and Dad had there. It's, the Shirley's Grill was right in there. This was right after it was built. Okay, this next picture that we've got is showing the Blue Star, and the other station wasn't even built, but it was being started to be built. You can see the Bob Staton Motel there on the left. Let me move it over just a little bit. Yeah, there it is right there. And this is a very, very old picture, and you can see where you're on the side of the highway there. And if you went right on up to the right, well, you'd run right into the YN. Okay, this next slide that we've got is a slide of, would you all be quiet in there, please? Now we're showing what the service station, or not the service station, but the Bob Staton Motel was. And you'll have to excuse me on the other slide. My son kind of yelled out there a little bit. But this gives you a pretty good idea of just what it looked like right after the station was built. I think I hauled every brick from the Utica brick plant to put those bricks on that motel. This is a real fine shot of the Barnum, P.T. Barnum and Bailey Circus that was held right across the street from the Y there. You can see on the big tent and all the cars that are parked there. You'll probably never be able to see the Barnum and Bailey Circus again in their tent. I don't even believe they go into tents anymore. Up over on the left-hand side, of course, is the Bob Staton Motel. The Y-N's across the street over there. You can see some of the work over there at Roop's. I think they've got something that started back in those days. And then, of course, the Fraley sale barn is up there on the right-hand side, and then looking north on Washington Street. These were the brick trucks. Bob had a bunch of trucks that he used. I think he had an F7, an F5, and an F8, and then he had the binder there. That's what we call the binder, that International. And that was what we hauled the bricks from the Utica brick plant over, and of course we built a motel with it and hauled bricks back into Chillicothe. But that was my first encounter with driving a truck. And thanks to Bob, today I can drive it. Up again here now. We're standing on the corner of Clay, isn't it? Clay and Locust Street. Looking out towards the big theater. Looking back down in the Ritz Theater area here on Clay and Locust Street. We're going to pan back down on Locust Street again, and we're going to walk down here to an old school chum of mine that's owns the Canterbury Music Company. Okay, we're going to walk in here and see if they Canterbury. Dick and I graduated the same year together.
Yeah.
We've got a nice store here.
Well, we've been here a while.
How many years you been here now, Miss Canterbury?
Since 56.
1956. Yeah. Dick works here with you, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I thought he did.
Yeah.
Well, you tell him that I came in and took some pictures for Japanese television, okay?
Okay.
Appreciate it. But one time it was called Edwards Cafe. I remember that.
Yeah.
How long have you been here?
10 years.
Oh, I see. Where were you at before?
Down at Illinois.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
You know any LaFevers down there?
LaFever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
He
about-
worked at Brookfield.
Yeah, he sure did. didn't
Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah, that's my brother.
It's your brother.
Yeah, I'm the youngest man.
Oh. Yeah, he worked at Penny's then,
Yeah, he
after
sure
he come
did.
back.
Of course, mine works across the street over here.
Now, going on 30
Yeah.
on himself, and not counting the business that was going in.
This is the old Montgomery Ward.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, he's been there a long, long time.
Nice seeing you, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, what we're looking at now is the old LaFever's produce. It's been there for many, 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 many years. And we're standing on the corner where the Chillicothe Iron Works used to be. That was the old produce house right there. down that way over on the east side. Now panning back over now towards the north side of the building. And that's what the old produce house looked like, right there. Across the street to the Chillicothe Iron Works, that's right across the street from the produce house. And we're looking down the west side, the north side of the building, and then on down the street, showing the other buildings that are still there. But the Iron Works is not there anymore, I understand. Now going across the street is the original Rook building. That's where the Rook Brothers Auto Parts are. Back down that street there. See, this building right here is the old Dawkins Produce House, sitting on the corner right here. Been there for years and years and years. That's where Bert and Carl and all of them worked. Right there in that building right there. Right there on the corner of Locust and Ann. Locust and Ann, that's the old Dawkins Produce. Central School where I went through grades 1 through 6. This is about the only thing that's left of the old Central School, and that's the old Central School bell. The rest of these pictures that you're going to see is part of the brand new Central School in here in Chillicothe. Central School ground. Used to be one of the old ballparks right here, is where the building is now that I used to play ball on. Here across the street from Central School, that's the Presbyterian Church. That's the new Presbyterian Church. Old Andy Preston used to be or his father used to be the preacher there, and there used to be a house on the other side of it where the preacher stayed, and that's where Andy Preston lived. I don't know whatever happened to Andy. We're looking now west on Wyatt Street, and you can see the new Central School. That used to be all school ground right there, and we're going to walk back down the way here now and take a look. This is the old Bro Gladue house right here. That's Bro Gladue. He used to be the Iceman. You remember who lived in this house right next door to us, right there on 408? Stoddard, but before that, you remember the guy that used to run a place down there by the Dawkins Produce. Hatch, no, I can't think of it now. You remember who it was? Macklin. No, let's see, it wasn't him either. It was a great big fella. Well, here's the house right next to ours on Wyatt Street. I'm going to go right on down the road here and get right on 408 Wyatt. This is where I spent most of my time during the war right here, just a schoolboy. We used to have a white big fence around this house during the war years. Living on one side. And of the house. See the 408 out there. I'm trying to think of who lives across the street over there, but I can't remember. But I'll talk to the lady down the street here pretty soon and we'll find out. Now, I believe that's a brand new house there. There used to be 2 or 3 houses down there on that side of the street. House over there on that side, that used to be the Way house. John Way and Sally Way, and can't remember who all the Ways were. There was a bunch of them over there living in that house. And living on down that street. This is Wyatt Street, right here. This is the place I stayed during the war. Before we moved over on 30. That was one of my favorite spots right there. Right there by that tree where I used to play in the little park. I think that's not Burger Lindsay. I just cannot remember who that was. Okay, back on again. There's the side of the house here at 408 Wyatt Street. Like I said, there's a white picket fence. That was around there. I've been there a long, long time. 408 whatever happened to him?
Committed suicide over in Chillicothe.
Oh my gosh. Was that down there by the Dawkins Produce place?
Oh, no, it's over here by, pretty close to the bridge.
Oh, I see. Now, who lives over in that corner house over there?
Probably DeLowry.
Otis DeLauer. That's exactly who it was. And the Ways lived over on that corner house. And the Whites lived in here somewhere. Of course, that might have been that was, of course, during the war.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. White used to
Mrs.
live
White,
here.
right, that's right. Right in this house right here.
Mm-hmm, before we fixed it over.
Oh, I see. You all own that house. Well, I'm just kind of making a documentary so I can take with me and keep with me. This gentleman here is Mr. Bill Plummer, and he's been here with this paper. I'm going to let him tell you how long. You're going to be on Japanese television, by the way, Bill.
Me?
I'm shooting a documentary of Chillicothe. I don't know if you ever heard about it or not the last couple of days.
No?
Yeah, we've been shooting here at Chillicothe. And we couldn't miss Chillicothe's favorite editor and publisher and all kinds of things. And I know you've been, how many years you been here now?
Oh, subtract 46 from 82, and it adds up.
It adds up, 46 from 82. Huh? Well, now you
It's
was
been many
in
years. I don't admit that everyone.
Yeah, now how many
It's a
years?
long
You was
time.
in the Navy, were you, or in the Army?
Yeah, I was in the Navy.
For 4 years. Was you over in the Pacific or the Atlantic?
I was in the Pacific.
In the Pacific, yeah. You ever get to the Philippines?
Yes.
At Subic Bay, maybe?
Yep.
Yeah.
Kind of landed in there.
Yeah, how about up in Japan?
Yeah.
Was you ever at Sasebo?
No. I was at Yokohama.
Yokohama?
That
Well,
was about all of that.
that's the reason why I wanted you at your desk here, because I understand you kind of semi-retired, is that right?
This is correct.
Yeah. So I come in to see you yesterday, but you's already gone. And I'm going to put you on Japanese television as soon as I get back. But this is a documentary of Chillicothe, Missouri, from 1933, when I was born, up through the time that I left in 1950, in the 1950s. So this is just something that it's not a commercial type venture or anything. But you know, the Japanese have fine movie cameras.
Yes.
Or television cameras.
Yes, I use Japanese cameras.
You do? Have you got a VTR?
I've got, no, I have the Nikon.
Oh, you have Nikon. Oh, I see. Yeah,
I've been using them for years.
Yeah. Well, of course, this has a couple of features that's pretty nice. This has instant playback, too, see? I can play it right back. And you've seen yourself on television, then, haven't you? I'm sure you've been on television many times here in the United States.
Well, that's fine. I enjoy it.
You look good on television. Okay.
I can't imagine that.
Bill, I want to wish you all the luck in the world in your semi-retirement, and it's been a real pleasure knowing you. And I want to, you know, one of these days I'm going to come back to Chillicothe and live, you know. And someday, why, you get to Tokyo, Japan, why, I'll let you see this tape.
Well, I hope to get over there again one of these days.
Well, I'll be more than happy to have you. I work for the U.S. Embassy over there, and I'll be sitting there waiting for you to come, but I'm going to be over there a little while longer, okay?
Yeah, thank you very much for coming in.
We'll talk a little bit. Got it pushed. Okay, you don't need to hold it down. Got her?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the Chillicothe High School. This is the junior high school, which was, of course, not there when I went to school. In the middle of the building there is the high school building proper. And this is, I think they probably have a gymnasium on this side, don't they, or something? Or is that just classrooms? No, they got a cafeteria or something on the other side, I guess. So, we'll drive down through here close. No, you haven't got any lights or anything telling you that there's a low light level or anything. It's okay.
No, it's just the green light on the vehicle.
That's good. Okay. Try to get up there what high school is. The high school, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the Chillicothe High School, and That building's been there a long, long time. And these are all the new buildings. Now we're going to come by the gymnasium here a little bit now. And we're getting some rain. So we'll go by the high school gymnasium. Get that home of the Hornets there.
Should I zoom in on that?
If you want to. Give you a chance to. You need to zoom in on it?
Yeah. Pause now.
Okay. This is part of the Chillicothe Business College, what's left of it. That used to be the old gymnasium right there. And then we'll pan on down to one of the other buildings. That used to be one of the areas where they taught this is one of the biggest telegrapher school anywhere in the United States, and there were students from all over the world that came here. And this is part of the campus now. It's owned by Lambert Manufacturing Company. This is another one of the halls over on the side. There used to be a place right down below there in the center of that building called the Duck's Den. Now there's another building right next to the Duck's Den, and there used to be quite a few buildings on this campus. Of course, there's not any buildings, very many buildings anymore. There was only about 4 or 5, but this is what it looks like now. The old Chillicothe Business College, world renowned. This is Minerva Hall. This is where all the ladies were. This is one of the buildings that housed all the ladies, but this was one of the biggest one of the buildings for the college students. This was a co-educational college, and there was a lot of ladies here, I'll guarantee you, back in those days. Well, it's right, huh? Okay, Aunt Bess, I got a couple of questions I want to ask you when I start this thing. Yeah. And first thing I want to ask